evening and welcome to 22 News at 11. I'm Sydney Snow. Well, Carvana developers informed the Southwick Planning Board that they will be withdrawing their special permit application. And tonight, the Planning Board accepting their withdrawal.
Yeah, it feels so good to be at a game with actual fans. Causeway Street is just a great place to be right now. All the fans that I've talked to are so encouraged. They're so excited to be here. And for the fans watching at home right now, it'll be good to hear some real crowd noise, not the fake noise that they've been playing.
And 2 people were injured after a car crashed into a building on Boston Road in Springfield tonight.
Yeah, Taylor, baseball is back in Boston, and what a great feeling to finally have fans back in the stands. It actually felt like an opening day. Well, somewhat. It is a little chilly here and there weren't as many people, but hey, we'll take what we can get.
12 homes have been evacuated from this immediate area after the energetic material was found. Right now, crews are working to board up doors and windows on a number of homes around here. And you can also see fire hoses and police tape around this house.
We know that one firefighter suffered minor injuries after being hit by broken glass, but luckily all of the residents that were inside the home made it out safely.
You may have noticed an extra $1,400 in your bank account this week, and that's from the American Rescue Plan. But now what? 22 News reporter Kate Wilkinson is live in the studio with what you can do with that money.
It's not too bad outside right now. I'm here at the Rotary in East Longmeadow, and the snow is starting to taper off, but it is still flurrying. But the roads actually look pretty good.
I knew this morning with some breaking news and some pretty big news too. CVS is now listing teachers as eligible to receive COVID-19 vaccines in Massachusetts.
Yeah, Don and Ciara, not only are they missing 4 skaters, but they're missing their starting goalie and the team's leading scorer. So it's going to be pretty tough to win a hockey game without those 2 people. I did see her. She's a respiratory therapist here at Mercy Medical Center. So she's been taking care of very sick patients throughout this entire pandemic. And she told me that she's just so thankful for this experience. It was the surprise of a lifetime for Cherie Rodriguez. She works overnights at Mercy Medical Center in Springfield, so when she got a call from her boss in the middle of the day, she reluctantly got on the Zoom call.
And there was Robert Kraft telling me that I was going to the Super Bowl on the Patriots plane.
Rodriguez is a respiratory therapist, so she works in many departments, from the ER to the ICU and on COVID floors. She describes the past 10 months as intense and tiring, and not only for her, but for all of her colleagues too. So this trip is especially meaningful.
I'm thrilled. I mean, everybody in this hospital deserves this. I mean, and I know, they only had 1 ticket, and I am just, I'm honored that, I was lucky enough to get picked.
Like all 76 healthcare workers attending, Rodriguez is fully vaccinated, and they'll be traveling together on the Patriots team plane, which Rodriguez already has an outfit for.
I'm actually a Cowboys fan, but I am going to be a Patriots fan. My brother's a Patriots fan. I'm going to borrow one of his jerseys because I don't want to wear a Cowboys jersey on, Robert Kraft's plane.
I think I'd wear a Patriots jersey too. And actually 2 employees from Bay State Medical Center are also taking the trip down to Tampa with her this Sunday, and you can hear from them on our website, WWLP.com.
Since way before I was born, since my parents, my grandmother, my great-grandparents, all of them, we've been dealing with it for a long time, and we're ready to end this.
Over 500 people came together with one mission in mind, putting an end to social injustice.
We know how to march, but it doesn't seem like we're getting the things that we want. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Springfield's Black Lives Matter march started at Central High School, continued down Roosevelt Ave, State Street, and finished at the Springfield Police Station. Most of the participants were teenagers and young adults who were desperately trying to make a difference.
I just figured there's something more powerful about having a physical presence than just being kind of behind a screen. So I just wanted to try to make a bigger impact in the community.
While this march is important, protesters said the Black Lives Matter movement needs to continue past any single event.
I hope that it doesn't end with the march and with the protest that's happening in front of the police department, but rather people continue to have this in their minds and continue to be a part of the movement in some way.
Hundreds of people participated, but their message stayed the same. The world needs to change for future generations.
Me not have to have the talk with my son when he's around 10 or 11, not about the birds and the bees, but how to act around police officers. When does my when my little boy, who's cute right now, my little boys who are adorable, beautiful black boys, what age do they turn into a threat to other people?
Well, Don, during the ride along, there were definitely quite a few people on their phones, so police are on the lookout for those breaking the law, but they're trying to inform drivers because people are still a little confused by it.
You can't even hold it in your hand for that feature. Everything has to be out of your hands.
I didn't know that. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
On a typical shift, Officer Tim Sheehan, who's in the traffic unit of the Springfield Police Department, is helping accident victims, checking for expired registrations, and ensuring the overall safety of drivers on the road. But now he has the added responsibility of making sure no one has a cell phone in their hand while in the car, even if they were stopped at a red light. 22 News took a ride with Officer Sheehan and saw firsthand as he pulled over 2 drivers within a 2-minute time span because they had their cell phones in their hands.
A lot of the issues that we're dealing with when we're investigating accidents are people that are just not paying attention.
The new law took effect on Sunday, and while police are strictly enforcing it, they're not handing out tickets just yet, only warnings.
It looked like he was speaking into the device while it was in his hand. I'm going to pull him over.
Okay, I couldn't.
Police will be issuing tickets April 1st.
So hopefully it stops like this, that when we're out trying to talk to people, yeah, they might get a warning, but hopefully it's going to be the thing that they're not going to ever do it again. Or at least pass it along to a family member or friend to say, hey, geez, the cops pulled me over the other day.
According to Officer Sheehan, police are not only on the lookout for phones in drivers' hands, but they are also looking for any signs of distracted driving. Things like drivers looking down, not keeping up with the flow of traffic, or swerving are usually all telltale signs a driver is not paying attention.
If we could make it a little bit safer where people are at least paying attention to when they're driving, I mean, it's going to help out a little bit. And even if, you know, if we take 1 accident or 2 accidents in a day instead of 9 or 10, that's got to be a step in the right direction.
Hands-free law also applies to motorcyclists and those who are riding their bikes. Live in Springfield, Sydney Snow, 22 News.